So I want to make a recap on the collapse of Boston. If you have not seen, or if you don't really follow hockey too much, Boston set tons of records. They were the fastest team to reach 50 wins, fastest team to reach 100 points, and of course they hold the all-time record now for most wins in a regular season, and of course with that, most points earned in a regular season. So before the playoffs to end the regular season, they were 65, 12, and 5, or 135 points. That is insane in an 82-game season. Late into the regular season, they surpassed the 95-96 Detroit Red Wings that went 62, 13, and 7. That was a previous record for most wins in a season. To also advance it even further, talking about goals for and against, the Bruins had 301 goals and 174 goals against, compared to Detroit, they had 325 goals and 181 goals against. But just like the 95-96 Red Wings, they also fell short, though they did go a lot further than Boston did. So I quickly bring it down for the Red Wings. They lost in the conference finals to the Colorado Avalanche in 6 games. But now the Bruins do join the other major league teams that have also set this record in epic fails. So we start off with MLB. The most wins all time, the regular season for MLB, is 2002 Seattle Mariners with 116 wins. They ended up losing the AL Championship Series 4-1 to the New York Yankees. We go next to the NBA, the 2015 Golden State Warriors, which surpassed the Chicago Bulls at 72 wins, with them having 73 wins in the season. They end up blowing that in the NBA Finals. Of course, the infamous 3-1 lead against the Cavaliers, and LeBron historically came back and beat them in Game 7, first time ever. Again, they had 73 wins that year. In the NFL, the 2007 Patriots that were 16-0 had the opportunity to also join the Miami Dolphins as the one of two teams to win the Super Bowl undefeated. They came up short in the Super Bowl, lost 17-14 to the wild card New York Giants, and fell short with a record of 18-1, a major upset. Of course, with the helmet catching that one, lucky for Eli Manning, but the New England Patriots fall short in that. And now we have in the NHL the 2023 Boston Bruins, 65 wins, once again, just like the Warriors, not the same round, but blew a 3-1 series lead over the Florida Panthers. So I'll go ahead and give you each game, break it down for the scores. Boston took Game 1, 3-1. They ended up losing Game 2, 6-3. In Game 3, they won 4-2. In Game 4, they won 6-2. So right off the bat, that is already 3-1 lead through 4 games. And this is where the collapse happens. In Game 5, they lose 4-3 to overtime, which is at Boston. Game 6, they lose 7-5 at Florida. And most importantly, Game 7, which was at Boston. So the last 3 games that they fall apart, 2 of those in which were at home for them. In Game 7, they lose 4-3 in overtime. They had the lead very late in the game and gave up the tying goal with 59 seconds left in the third. They go to overtime, and just a very low percent shot got through, and it ended the series. And once again, it solidified Boston as, you can argue, as one of the biggest or most epic fails for a team in sports history. And it's definitely going to go down as that. Once again, they were 65, 12, and 5, 135 points. To compare it to the Florida Panthers that were in the wild card, the second wild card, that just barely made it in, were 42, 32, and 8, or 92 points. You look at the point differential between Boston 135 to Panthers at 92, that is a 43-point difference. That is insane. So, of course, Boston was a heavy favorite going to the series, and it looked like it was going to be very easy in 5 games, 3-1. Going to Game 5, it looked like it was going to basically be, they're going to wrap it up in 5 games at Boston to move on to the next round. But that's not the case. They blew 3 straight. And also just breaking down to the advanced stats for the players. Linus Ullmark in 48 games started, had 40 wins, 6 losses, and 1 in OT or shootout. The backup, Seaman, had in 33 games started, had 24 wins, 6 losses, 4 in OT or shootout. Of course, Swayman was the goalie that started in Game 7. Allmark was in the previous one in Game 6. I'm surprised. I know Allmark was hurt, but I was a little surprised that they wouldn't try and push him to go for Game 7, seeing that he was no doubt the best goalie this year and probably is going to win the Vezina. He also added on for Allmark. He also had 2 shutouts in the season. Going even further, David Pastrnak had 113 points, 61 goals, 52 assists. Brad Marchand had 67 points, 21 goals, 46 assists. And Parise Bergeron had 58 points, 27 goals, 31 assists. But no doubt, an absolute dominant team this year. It looked like it was stacked. Our people in the radio, this looks like to be the best team put together that we've ever seen. Though I'd probably say the 2002 Red Wings is probably that with just the elite talent they had. But some people went as far as to say that 2020 Boston had that. But once again, it was an epic fail, no doubt. They joined again the 2002 Mariners, 2015 Warriors, and 2007 New England Patriots that in their respective leagues hold the all-time win record for a season, and they've all came up short. 2 of them in which getting to the championship game but falling short. And no doubt out of all of them was Boston being the worst. At least for the Mariners, they got right before the World Series. Once again, the AL Championship game. Warriors got to the NBA Finals. Patriots got to the Super Bowl. And the Bruins did the worst out of all of them. Basically a first round knockout. And again, very embarrassing. What's going to happen with Boston now? It's up in the air. Of course, they did secure David Pastrnak, but of course for Brad Marchand, it's iffy what's going to happen. And also for the other players, some other players moving forward, and not only that, how is the team going to respond? Because there's no way that this team's going to live up to last year in terms of record and dominance. There's no way. They're definitely going to take a step back. The question is, how far is that going to be? Are they going to be clear-cut number 1 in the NHL and specifically number 1 in the Eastern Conference? I don't think so. I still believe that they will be a playoff team, but it's not going to be as easy and clear-cut as it was this season. But once again, an epic fail. If not seen or if you don't follow for hockey, it was an epic fail for the 2023 Boston Bruins that once again had a 65-12-5 record, the best record of all time in the NHL. Let me know your thoughts down below on the series, how it went. If you're happy for Boston that they lost, are you shocked? But again, let me know your thoughts down below. All your thoughts on the Bruins season and also for their epic collapse in the first round against the Panthers. With that being said, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next one.